emphasis. They played man-to-man the whole day, and they did a nice job of covering up our receivers.
You guys seen a secondary that had that sort of athletic ability this year? They were able to close on receivers like they did?
No, I thought they did a great job. I thought Clay and their staff and Justin did a really good job. I mean, it wasn't nothing fancy. It was man-to-man all day. It was our guys against their guys.
They seem to have the type of guys, though, that can do that.
Yeah. Did a nice job.
What's Josh have to learn from this?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's, this is his first year, right? He goes, like every quarterback or anybody, he's going through all these experiences right now. They're going to do nothing but, obviously he's a very, very talented guy. He's had a great year.
How do you convey that with the disappointment he's feeling, that this will be beneficial down the road?
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's kind of like you put your hand on a hot stove. It hurts for a while, but you learn from the experience. So same thing like that. He's gonna have days like this again, where he's gonna play a good defense, and it's gonna be, you play defense like that. It was on our court. It's on the quarterback. There's always things that, in retrospect, when I look back, we pretty much stayed to our game plan. Maybe I could have helped with some more runs right there, but I thought that we would have success out there with our guys on their guys.
Did it surprise you that they kind of just stayed in the same defense pretty much the whole game?
Well, it was working for them. We had some good drives, moved the ball. It's always the same thing with offensively. The margin for error always gets small when you play good football teams. And our biggest problem is you can't turn the ball over. And I thought we were pretty good on penalties today, but then you got to make some plays.
Could you tell at all if Josh was pressing, especially after that first turnover?
The one they picked up for the touchdown?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. No, I don't know. He seemed about the same. There's 10 other guys on that offense that have to help him out too.
Thomas
and coaches. There's a lot. It's not a one-man deal. It's a team, and so we all have to do our part. We've got to do it. We all have responsibilities, and we got to get them done.
Thomas said you guys kind of left some stuff in the bag. Is that something that, looking back?
Well, anytime in a game plan, you've got your zone. You're playing a big zone team. You got your zone game plan. You got your man game plan. So obviously, when you're not seeing any zone, that kind of answers the question, right? You kind of run the stuff that you're going to do, versus man coverage.
Did most of the teams you played run that much man, or?
No, the last one I can remember was maybe Virginia Tech a couple of years ago. I felt a lot like it was that type of game. Which is you got to hit some big plays on them. When we did, we had success.
When you look at what Josh has done this season, especially the lack of turnovers that he's made, how do you evaluate him, especially given that he is a true freshman? This is his first year.
I thought he had an awesome year. I mean, the guy's a multi-talented kid. I mean, he's gone in and, played well every week for us. I'm extremely excited for UCLA, for him being at UCLA and for the future with him.
Could you sense his disappointment after this game? It seemed like he was pretty down.
Yeah, he was. I mean, it was a big game. We're all a little disappointed. But it's also opportunities in life that you have to grow and become better. And you go through those you go through those situations in anything you do in life. You've got setbacks and learn it, and hopefully, and I know he will, and I know this team will. You learn from them, and you grow, and you become better in those situations in the future.
It seemed like those two kind of moments at the end of the first half, and then again after the pick and the fumble, kind of set you guys back momentumly. How can you recover better from that?
Yeah, I'm trying to think about when you thought about it, when you were talking about it.
Well, so it's at the end of the first half with the sack, and then the punt return touchdown, and in the second half when fumble return for touchdown and the pick. And it seemed after that your offense just could not seem to get it going.
Yeah, we had some issues. Maybe we were pressing a little bit right there to get back into it. I think at that point we were up 21. We were up 21-20, and we get the sack fumble for a touchdown. And so I think everybody kind of presses a little bit. And there's still a lot of time left. Typical
Thanks, Noel.